Okay, so your assignment today is exactly what we did yesterday, except on 3 of them at the top, you're going to have to pull out the greatest common factor before you factor the trinomial. So highlight or circle number 1, number 12, and number 15. These are the 3 that you're going to have to pull out the greatest common factor before you do your X method. So if you look at number 1, what can be factored out of all of these? Like what do they have in common is a 2. So I have 2b squared plus 5b plus 6. And remember, when you do your X method, you're only doing the X method on this trinomial, where the 2 will be left in your answer with your binomial. So it's going to be 2 times your binomial that you get from your X method here, and that's going to be your answer. So the 3 that I highlighted, you're going to have to get the greatest common factor out before you move on. Okay. Also, this is going to be just like yesterday's. It says if the trinomial cannot be factored using integers, your answer should be written as prime, just like we did yesterday. On 19 through 30, you need to set them equal to 0, and then I'm fine with y'all solving these in your calculator. You will get some decimal answers. Remember that if you use your calculator, it's always going to give you a decimal, but I'm fine with you writing it as a fraction or a decimal. And make sure you have 2 answers. And then on this part, let's just do 19 through 24. So I'll just try to shorten the assignment some, so you can take off 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. And then you are going to do number 31. You don't have to do number 32. So for number 31, they're giving you the vertical motion model, which is right here. You're going to need to fill in the V, and they give you the V. So I just gave you a hint. They give you the V. They also give you the S. So here's your 2 numbers. You got to figure out what goes in for the V, what goes in for the S. You can look back to your notes for the past few days, set it equal to 0, and then find the answer. Remember that it's asking for, it says, what is the time in seconds? So if we're talking about seconds, then your final answer can only be a positive number. So if you get a negative and a positive, then it's the positive number. Show your work on the back page with your X method. If you need to take the paper apart, just make sure you staple your X method paper back to this paper. Okay, you may get started. Oh, wait. Look at number 16. Number 16 also has to be factored first. I think 17 and 18. So those 3 also need to be factored first. So, yeah. So make sure you factor those out first before, so it should look like this as well. Okay, you may get started.